solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Richie Grant in on the tackle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Going in motion right there, Irvin. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't.
Let's go.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Breece Hall,
54 yards.
and the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 6.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do
Come on,
anything
bro,
with
you
the football.
blocked.
It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll set up a throw. And check down, complete to Hall. Touchdown! Breece Hall. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together.
Let's go.
And then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
They'll throw now on the final play. And caught in the end zone.
This shit easy, bro.
Steelers. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible.
No, it's out. Smith lost it. And it looks like
Bro, just quit, bro.
The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Derwin James with
Let's
it.
go.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Culpepper going to try and push forward. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise, they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, check that, street.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Drop 60.
Throwing now is Gino. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick.
There he goes, right side. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Gino now to throw.
Quick slant caught by Chase.
A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down.
Come on, you're not scoring, bro. What's wrong with you?
And they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Charles Tillman.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Left wing 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
After the interception, here's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
From the 30 on second down, Smith
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now Gino on first down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A give to the fullback on the dive. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The slot man in motion right. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here is another interception.
And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Charles Tillman.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes goes down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest.